101.2 FM.
Yeah, good morning everyone and welcome to the third and final hour of the Saturday morning show here on Radio Saltire with me, Colin Torley. And I've got my two guests in the studio. I've got Gary Fraser. Morning, Gary.
Morning, Colin. How's it going?
Good. And Gordon Anthony as well.
Hi, Colin.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
You've got the sunglasses on and
yeah,
everything.
I know, it's a prescription. I'm blind as a bat, so I just keep forgetting to take them off when I go to the car.
So, if you don't know who Gary and Gordon are, they are G-Funk, and we're going to be talking to them about their current music. And but let's go and talk about who you are, what you've done, and everything else. We'll start with you, Gary. Come on.
So probably started off singing with a band when I was about 18, 19.
Do you remember that far back?
Yeah, well, that's right. It was just about the beginning of World War II.
Yeah,
yeah. During the Blitz with Bobby and
ration cards and all that.
Aye, exactly. So the first kind of band I played with was Colin Finlay, David Bailey, Gary Scott. So the first gig we ever done was at
wait a minute, you didn't mention George Logan there. What happened?
No, George was at that gig. He was playing with Stu McDonald and everything. But,
right.
It was a kind of live aid thingy, and it was the first gig we ever done at the Pond Hall in Port Street. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, great place, great venue. Yeah, that was brilliant.
30-inch waist with leather trousers on and everything. So which always helped to sing the high notes.
Yeah.
So I moved on from there. Met Gogs relatively. I mean, we played football together when we were young, and we played in a band called Fool's Gold, which is kind of more like a kind of rock band, but doing all our own songs as well. And then moved on probably in my 20s to do some stuff with Colin and George, and that we played with Work. And then we ended up, probably everybody around the Loanies will remember, we played a band called Funkstar with Cheryl and Yvette Curry, and then we done all the kind of covers of the funk songs and everything, and it was great, really, really good. And then moving on from there, Gogs and I then started a band called Gilchrist. It was like an 8-piece funk band, really. Live horn section and everything.
We're going to do one of these tracks later on as well from Gilchrist.
Yeah, cool. And they're really well received. And kind of moving on for that, when COVID hit, the live music scene obviously just getting stopped immediately. And
it's not really recovered that much, right?
It hasn't at all. And Edinburgh was always a nightmare to try and play locally. It was becoming an 8-piece band. It was just really hard to try and get gigs anyway. You had basically Stramash, and then that was it really. We were on this kind of stage that could fit us. So after that, Gogs and I kept doing some stuff together, and we decided to form G-Funk, and this is kind of where we are now.
More studio work then?
Yeah,
rather than
absolutely.
Live work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's kind of where we're going to go forward as well. Get some videos out on YouTube, etc. But condense it into the studio, keep doing that. Gogs is obviously, like, production work's amazing at the moment, so you can see that with the songs that are coming out, and what we're trying to do as well, before I forget, is get some young people from the community involved in the project, get them down to the studio, and then see, how they get on if we write some songs that might be suited for other people to sing, and that's something that we're really quite keen on getting involved with as well, and hopefully that can take off.
Good. And you're a local lad as well. Both of you are local. You're originally from the Pans?
From the Pans. I think I've been accepted into Trinent. I've been up the street a few times without getting
coming for the Pans, mate. You've no chance to get accepted.
In fact, I was at a Northern Soul night the other week there, and Nicky Gray and Hamish and that were just saying, you'll never be a Trinent. You're welcome with us. They gave me a kiss each. It was nice. On the cheek.
They'll talk to you, but they'll never accept you.
Well, exactly.
Mike Faulkner was on before this show, and he was talking about the Gala Day, and he came to Trinent in 1978 or something. He's still no a belter yet. But Gordon, what about yourself?
Family off of Glasgow. Moved to Long Didsey when I was about 5. Or something, I think 6, something like that. Anyway, been there for years.
So you're a bit of a snob then, is that
right? No, I used to get that at Preston Lodge all the time. No, you couldn't get a more
unsnobbish
family. My old boy was for Govan, born in Copeland Road, big Rangers fan.
Right, enough of that, move on.
My mum's side were for Carantine. They were the opposite side of the fence, and I went with that.
Right.
So anyway,
so basically you just had to move.
Pretty much. But so the first band we started at school were called Osmium, I think. We were all about 14. And then we had
at Preston Lodge.
At Preston Lodge. Then we had Merlin. That was myself, Pete McLeod, and two brothers from the Pans, Danny and Mark McGrath, and we played in Merlin, played loads of gigs, had a manager, and we were about, I think we were about 15 to 17 years old there.
Good old days, eh?
Good fun, yeah. And then Fool's Gold, as Gags mentioned, that was a band. So I was always into writing my own songs. Started writing songs when I was about 14, 15.
Yeah.
Probably when I was starting playing the guitar, just came out. It was something I just started getting into, and I've never sort of given it up. So, and yeah, played in loads of bands. To be honest, I'd be here forever if I wanted to tell you all the names of them. But by and large, Gags and I've met. We played football with Trent Colts when we were 14.
Yeah.
So I met Gags then, and we were pals. He was a year older than me at school. And then Gags joined Fool's Gold, and we started writing songs together, and we've written songs together ever since. I mean, I do stuff of my own, but Gags is basically my songwriting partner. If I do stuff, it's usually with Gary, and just enjoy doing it. And I've got my studio, so
yeah, no, definitely. And we were chatting off air before we came on, and you are telling me, and you are not that old, by the way, but both of you have decided to hang up your hats and concentrate on music and retire from working life.
Yes,
which is great.
Yes,
it's great news. You just had enough of the rat race and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for a few reasons, but well, for me, I'd gone part-time. I didn't particularly like my job, but the people were nice. That was the one thing that I liked about working where I did.
It's just having a boss, eh?
Well, it's like, do you know what, Colin? I think COVID, we're on hybrid working, you're working from home, so if you didn't particularly like your job and you're not seeing anyone every day because you're working from home, it's got some advantages, obviously, with your no commute and whatnot, but I just found it, I didn't like it, and I thought, like, and life's too short. As I said it off air, a good friend of ours, a drummer, Derek Douglas, passed away very quickly after getting diagnosed with cancer, and that was a tragic sort of thing, and it sort of
you hear that
resonated
all the time, don't you?
You do, and so I think both of us just thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And listen, I'm not on a huge pension, but I'm just enjoying being an unemployed musician again.
Yeah, there's loads of them about, by the way. There's loads of them. But sitting chatting here, and we've got, I'm calling them by their Sunday names, Gordon and Gary, but it's actually Gogs and Gags.
That's right.
Yeah, I know, it's like a kind of Blackpool act.
Yeah, so it's no, I'm not going. I was going to say it's like something at the Muppets, but I'm definitely not seen it.
No, we've been called that before.
Yeah.
Amongst other things, but it's that's after 9 PM. You probably hear other names. You can't say it just now.
Yeah. Okay then, guys. What we're going to do the first track. You're going to have to tell me a little bit about this, because this is the first time this track has been played ever on air. It's a brand new single. It's called Let's Have a Good Time. So, who wrote it? What's happened? Who's playing in it?
It's me and Gary, basically. Sorry, beg your pardon, and Kenny Donald, a fantastic bass player. Kenny laid down a bass track.
Kenny was in Gilchrist as well as a bass
player.
Okay.
So basically, it's an idea I had a long time ago with that an orchestral loop that I found, and I thought I'm going to put a hip hop beat behind that and make a song. And like, I've got hundreds of half-written songs, and some of them I never go back to, but this one, thankfully, I listened to it a couple of months back, and I said, guys, we've got to do something with this song. So we did, and it's an upbeat sort of funky thing, so we thought, I'll write some lyrics to it and make it a happy song. So that's really, let's have a good time. It's that kind of party vibe. So Gags came down, laid a vocal dude, and that was that.
There was an original Kenny vocal done, but I think it was probably one of our Friday night sessions where just do something along to it.
Yeah.
And actually, again, sometimes when you do something like that, you keep the original melody, and we've done that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was actually maybe 3 weeks ago, I just came back down and done the new vocal on it and everything, and Gogs has done a brilliant job on Kenny mastering it.
Just thought we'll get out there now.
Really happy with the finished product.
Yeah, no, I was saying earlier, you guys do come out with some great tracks, both as G-Funk and as a solo artist as well. And we're going to do a little bit of that as well. And but look, where is the studio about then? Because it's recorded at your own studio.
It's a little studio. So I've always been into doing, messing around with, even in years back when it wasn't easy or it was expensive. I was always into sequencers, drum machines, all that kind of thing. I had the old Atari Cubase. It was like an old PC, not even a PC, an old monitor. It was on black and white, it was on MIDI. You couldn't record audio, so I've been doing it for a long, long time. So I always had a set up in my house somewhere. And obviously I've got kids, so when they were growing up, I was stuck in a cupboard somewhere.
Yeah.
And eventually I managed to build a home studio. It's about the size of a garage in my back garden. It's quite small, but it's perfect, and I practically live there. Colin, I pop into the house now and again to get a bite to eat and a cup of tea. And I just do my stuff.
Talk to the wife now and again.
Now and again.
Not that often,
if she's willing to talk to me.
You've called me a couple of times when you've locked yourself in.
Yeah, when it was getting built, so I built it in 2012. That's a wee funny wee story. Naomi came out to have a look. It was late on at night. I'd been in there mucking about doing stuff, painting or whatever. She came out to have a look, and I shut the door, and as I shut the door, the handle came off. I'll not name the builder who built it. I was like, Jesus, and my kids were younger, obviously, at the time. It was about 2012. They're in their beds, and we're phoning them to get them to come out, but they're fast asleep. I had to phone Gags. It was about midnight, eh?
Aye.
Calling to let you out.
And when he let us out here, a pizza box. I don't know where you got that from. He says, pizza delivery. So he let us out. Otherwise, we would have been here all night, which... Yeah, would have been fine, but
you would have managed.
I'm sure we would have got by.
Earlier I was doing the top 3 from, I think it was 1975 or something, and we were talking about the music, and I can't remember who it was, but the number 1 that day was Denise Williams.
Oh right, brilliant.
No, not really. And I'm just going to say, gee, who actually bought this to make it number 1? And my wife texts us, just says, well, I did. I say, that just says more about you.
Lynn, my missus, she had something on the other night there, and it was around about that time, and it was this song with the Nolans. And she was playing it. She goes, you must have heard this. And I was like, that. Honestly, I've never heard that in my life before. And the next thing, it was getting blasted on the Sonos last night. Again, I'm like that, honestly. But in those days, you had to sell millions of records to get to number 1. That's all.
But who were buying these? But good old days.
Exactly.
Right, guys, we're going to do the first track of today. Hopefully we're going to try and squeeze 6 in. Let's see how it goes. It'll depend on the chat, obviously. But let's do this one. New single, first time on radio. Let's have a good time.
You ever get that feeling? You know, when you're walking down the street, you got a tune in your head, and you sing it around, and then you bring in the beat, and then you bring in the beat, So come on in, you come on out, you know you got nothing to hide, 'cause I can't wait to contemplate your more feminine side. Let's drink some wine, just don't whine, honey, let you feel it shout. Now baby, little conversation, girl, let's go with the flow. So take my hand, dance to the band, let's rock the night away. You're swaying, sweet thing, you're coming my way. Side. I get goofy, a little bit juicy, honey, like a roller coaster ride. And I say, hey, I'm feeling great, as a drink, now that's go beyond. It's revelations across the nation in this party atmosphere. Oh yeah. In this party atmosphere now, honey. Oh, let's have a good time. Let's have a good time, baby. Ooh. Let's have a good time. Yeah, that's what I say. Let's have a good time, baby. Let's have a good time. Yeah, baby, I'll show you the way. Yeah. Oh, let's have a good time tonight, y'all people say, Now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome back Mr. Frank, Jerome, and Layton It's so cool, so nice, what a delight. Yeah, you looking so hot, girl, under the lights. I can't see my eyes, I bet you get in the groove. Cause you hypnotize me with the way you move. I'm spellbound, or I'm hellbound. You got the whole damn club, jumping around. Girl, bubbling up, and I'm feeling just fine. Let's have a good time. Come on, baby. All I want is you now, honey.
Yeah, there you go. That is the brand new single from G-Funk, and the guys are sitting in front of me today, which I was going to say is not a pretty sight, but then again, they've got to look at me, so I think...
As many people have messaged me this morning, you've got a lovely face for radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me, not you, Colin.
Oh, you? I thought you meant me.
Me, not you.
I do that song with The View quite a lot, like, you've got a face for the radio. That is definitely me, like, but yeah, so welcome, guys. Great single as always.
Thanks very much.
So song was written, produced by yourself, Gordon,
yes.
and the vocals by yourself, Gary.
Yeah.
And
got
Kenny,
a great voice for that type of, haven't you? That's your type of music.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where I'm kind of in my comfort zone a bit, definitely. And that's probably after years of trying other stuff. You've always said that, Gogs. I'll give anything a go.
I definitely will.
Singing wise, but I think probably that kind of stuff where I
Yeah.
feel like
yeah, it's definitely your comfort zone.
Can you go in and probably do your best work?
Aye, because when you played with Colin and that was the same. They were a great, but I remember Work as well, and I do remember Funkstar. I just couldn't remember the name this morning for some strange reason.
And again, the girls, great voices as well. Cheryl and Yvette.
Yeah,
as well.
definitely. They don't do anything now either, do they?
I think Yvette's. I think Yvette's back doing some stuff with Colin, kind of acoustic
Right.
sets and everything. So really
Right.
good, and best of luck to them.
Yeah, and of course the George who we mentioned.
Yeah, George.
Yeah, I need to get him in here one day, but he'll never have time. He'll never have time to do it. But okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to move on to your next track, which is Beautiful Stranger. What's the story behind that one?
Story behind that one. Gags wrote the lyrics, so you can ask Gags about that. I think it's just probably the first thing that came into his head. But I remember, so Gary and my mate John Sandlands, if he's listening. Hi, John.
Hello, Johnny.
We're down at my house one night, and as often happens, I went into the house for a toilet break, came back out, and I said, I've got an idea. It's just coming to me now. So they're like, alright. So I said, just give me 10-15 minutes, let me sort this out. So I did, and I basically laid down a loop, drum loop, the idea that I had keyboard line, so it's a sort of EDM kind of vibe, obviously, this track. And when I did that, Gags obviously got inspiration and started singing what you sang.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. We said, right, let's finish this, let's do it. And it's one of these ones where we finished it pretty quickly, and just released it. And it's actually on a compilation album. It got picked up by it's on like all the Spotify playlists and all the major streaming on I can't remember what the album's called, but a company got in touch and said we'd like to use it. Is that alright? And aye, fine.
Just give me the money.
Well, you know what it's like these days. You have to have about 10 million streams to earn about a fiver or something. So. But so there you go. They were interested. It's got. I think it's one of our. It's maybe a wee bit out. Or we usually do the funky stuff. This is more EDM, but it's come across well.
Yeah, one of these songs that you know yourself, Colin. Sometimes you get an idea and it happens after 5 minutes, and you're thinking that's it.
Yeah.
Whereas other ones you can toil along for a while.
Yeah.
So I think that both processes work equally as good. But it was just one of these ones that came to us quite quickly.
So when was this released?
That was a wee while ago.
A couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I think. Yeah, but. I mean, the thing with me, I like writing songs in different styles. So my wee brother Douglas used to say, I can't believe you go for that, because that EDM track, Beautiful Stranger, and then I was playing with a heavy metal band called Holocaust at the time. So he goes, it's like chalk and cheese, and I said, I know, it's just music, though, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's just music.
Exactly.
It is.
Good song's a good song, eh?
Okay, let's do it. Beautiful Stranger.
Tonight
here we are, we're back, and back in the studio here with Gags and Gogs, and from G-Funk, and we're chatting to them about, well, we had their new single, we played another track, Beautiful Stranger, and we're going to do another one. Now, we had some issues with Gary's mic, but it wasn't Gary's mic, it was me.
Oh.
So, sorry about that, Gary.
Okay, it's fine.
And,
it's fine.
see,
I've always got issues with mics.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, right, what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to go back to this one, which is called Such a Fool. When was this one done?
We released this in December 2023.
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
So it was out for Christmas, did a wee Christmas video.
It was, aye.
But yeah, again, it's more a sort of EDM track. I wrote the music, had an idea for melody, Gags wrote the lyrics. And we're really pleased with the way that came out. Had a lot of good feedback from people. I've got a good friend of mine who in Canada, he was over here, he's a musician, he's on tour just now in the States with his band, and he's a concert pianist, very well trained musically, and he's very, if you get good feedback from Brandon, I think I know I'm doing quite well, and he came back and he said there's something about that track, it's just brilliant. So I was like, cheers man, thanks very much. So yeah, we're very pleased with the way that came out.
Aye, really well received with kind of friends and family and that as well, and I think it's turned out really well, this song as well. It's a little bit different again.
Okay.
From probably the previous two, but it turned out really, really well.
Let's have a listen then. This is Such a Fool.
Yeah, cheers.
In this moment of surrender, you've been playing with my heart. A woman oh so tender, but we've grown apart, grown apart, grown apart. A look of desperation, I didn't see the warning signs. A breakdown in communication. How could I be so blind, be so blind, be so blind? I thought our love was so serious, but now I feel such a fool.
Well, there you go. That is Such a Fool. And that is G-Funk, my guest today, and we're just chatting off-air about loads of stuff.
Loads of things.
I mean, we're talking about doing live performances, and it's like a few of the guests I've had on here throughout the last 12 months. Difficult, isn't it?
When you're a band in your original material, if you're especially if you've not got a record deal or a promoter behind you, it's very difficult to try and get gigs. Because clubs and pubs and the like, they just want bands that play covers, which you can understand. So when we played before, we did mainly our own stuff, but we did have a few covers that we did. Yeah. But I think at our age, it's just like it's too much like hard work trying to go out there. And so I think what we'll probably do, we will play gigs again in the future, but we'll probably just be more selective and maybe organise them ourselves.
Yeah. You're limited by the venues as well. Again, before it was like that kind of horrible mathematical equation where you're thinking you've got 8 people in a band with a live horn section. Yeah. Where are you going to? You could play Stramash and maybe the jazz bar or something. That was about it. That was your limit.
It's even getting a stage to hold.
Exactly, Colin.
Well,
so exactly.
And getting payment for that for 8 people, and I think that's what a lot of places are like. They don't want to pay you anymore as well. But for a few singer-songwriters on, and they're the same. When they do go out, they want to play their own stuff. People don't want to listen to them.
I
know. So their only breakthrough is things like radio and things like that as well. And it can work for them. But it's not like the old days. You were a band, you were playing 2-3 times a week.
Live music was a huge thing, especially, I mean, I'm no dissing anywhere else, but Pressing Pans was like a hive of it, wasn't it? There were so many bands and that kicking about, and that's what you went to see,
It was, and there's so many places you could put. Town Hall, Pressing Pans, Port Street and Pond Hall. Used to do all these every week, and there were great days, and people would turn out their hundreds, but anyway, the good old days.
The good old days, the old days.
I know. But I'm going to take you back to, I suppose they can say this was like the good old days, because this was originally recorded, or not recorded, but written with your days with Gilchrist.
We recorded. It's a song called Soul Preacher. A song I sort of wrote a long time ago, probably early 2000s. I went to Atlanta when I was in my mid to late 20s in the States. I was there for a few months, and I was inspired by Martin Luther King, and read a bit about him, and went to a house where he was brought up or lived, and all that kind of thing. So I've written a few songs that have been inspired by him, and this one's the same. So it was basically me thinking of a tune in my head and thinking, like, okay, I'm in Atlanta, writing a song in my head. Martin Luther King, it all came together, and that's where I got Soul Preacher. And we recorded it with our old band Gilchrist around about 2016 in a lower key than it was initially, and we've redone it with me and Gags have redone it in the original key, which is higher. It just makes it sound a bit more. Gives a bit more energy, I believe.
It's a killer to sing, but it's been worth it.
A man of your talent.
I think like everything else in life, when you get older, everything goes down.
Yeah, definitely.
Including your voice.
Let's not go but I get what you're saying.
Exactly, let's move on.
Let's move
quickly
on, in case you start showing me something. But so it's in a higher key, but you've re-recorded this back to the original key.
Yes, back to the original key.
And when did you re-record it? Is that quite recent?
Probably in the last couple of years, maybe a year and a half, maybe. So fairly recent. I mean, we do a lot of recording, so it's hard to remember exactly when I've done it. But fairly recent. I've seen the last 18 months.
Okay, so this is Soul Preacher, and this is Gilchrist. Gary,
this is G-Funk's version of
version of.
And again, Colin, just
originally from Gilchrist.
This was a song that we done on an EP a long time ago, and originally I came in here, I think the two of us did, into Radio Saltire, who've kind of been really, really great with it, with all our music, and they were really, really keen on this song as well a while ago. So this is kind of going back full circle and playing it again now.
No, good, good. And the reason we keep getting you back is because you're cheap.
Absolutely. And we're just doing the road. Hard not to turn up.
I'll pay you the same as what everybody else has paid you.
When that taxi arrived this morning for us, you're definitely coming on the day. Right,
you've got a bottle of water. What more do you want?
Exactly.
We'll keep you refreshed. Anyway, this is Soul Preacher.
a shadow of doubt. And even in my sleep, I can hear him calling. Day after day, going out of my mind, just trying to get a message through. Oh baby, so preacher, don't preach for me now. Preach for me now. Just lay down a song for me. Dream maker, don't ask me how. Don't ask me how. Something to make me happy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You made me happy. My inspiration, he's a soul man, the one who made me who I am. And I remember to this day, the voice of the nation made us stand up and believe in love. Ooh, and forget about the hate. And even in my sleep, I can hear him calling. I'm calling out for you. Time after time, going out of my mind. Won't ever stop me trying to find her. So preacher, don't preach for me now. Preach for me now. Just lay down a song for me. Dream maker, don't ask me how. Don't ask me how. Something to make me happy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Make me happy. My Lord, so preacher, don't preach for me now. Just lay down a song for me. Dream maker, don't ask me how. Something to make me feel. Make me feel happy. Make me feel happy, baby. Yeah, yeah. I said don't you know how? Feeling happy, baby. Can't you hear it when I sing? I bring it out. So preacher man, oh baby, alright. He's a so preacher man. When it started out so fun, this thing's going in my mind, and I just can't live my life without you. Well, I'm a soul preacher man. He's a soul preacher man.
Yeah, there you go, Gary. You hitting that high note at the end there, mate.
Yeah, that was
Whoa.
those incredibly tight trunks, but so shout out to
How's the
Speedo.
pliers? You still use them now and again, like, aye.
Aye, it was a difficult time in my life, but we got through it.
Yeah, very good, mate. Good vocal. Good song,
Thank you.
of course.
Thank
Good
you.
song, of course, Gordon. So there we go. What we're going to do now, we're going to do a little bit of the ads and sponsors again, and then we're going to come back with a track of yours that I played last week, Gordon, but I loved it that much. I'm going to play it
Thanks very
this
much.
week again. So we'll do the ads and sponsors first, and then we'll come back to that. So yeah, it's now 10:45 here on Radio Saltire, and here with my guests Gordon and Gary from G-Funk, and we've got time for, I would think, another 2 tracks.
Cool.
And then we'll take it from there. I hear music in the background. What is
Yes, I don't know.
that? What is
I
that?
hear it too, though.
Yeah, is that coming from me? I don't know. Right, I'll shut everything down. Right, so what we're going to do, Gordon, we're going to do one of your tracks, because I played this last week. Because you do lots and lots of stuff, not just with Gary, but with other singers, and you also do your own solo stuff as well.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Just, yeah.
And you sent me this one, and I played it last week, and I loved it.
Thanks very much.
As did your wife.
Yes.
Why? Why did she love it so much?
Well, I write a lot of songs about, life experiences, family, friends, because you can really hone into it. And
Yeah.
I wrote this song because it's our 30th wedding anniversary in June.
Oh.
And I've got 2 beautiful
Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Oh,
2 beautiful
yeah.
grandchildren, so I basically got them all mentioned in this song.
Yeah.
And basically it's just about, it's sort of, I suppose, to her, talking about my childhood a wee bit, meeting her, her family, having...
Coming from Glasgow and all that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So basically, when I was 3 years old, there used to be a thing called the Imps in Glasgow.
Right.
This was before the Cubs.
Right.
So I was 3 years old, and I remember getting dropped off, and I must have been able to tie my shoelaces, because when I got to the car, I'd had to tie my shoelace, it was undone, and by the time I tied it, everybody had got in, my folks had driven off. Obviously didn't hang around to make sure I got in. They just buggered off, excuse my French. And I couldn't reach the door handle. Everybody was in, I was knocking on the door, and it was dark, and I had to walk home. And I walked over the Old Mearns Road in Clarkston, which is a busy road.
Yeah.
And away up, I don't know how far it is. It seemed a long time. I vaguely remember I was 3 years old, but it's a memory that stuck with me.
Yeah, obviously it has.
I remember.
Have you had therapy yet?
No, not yet, but maybe there's time. But I remember knocking on the door, my old boy opened the door, and he was the shock in his face. So it mentions all that. So it was a sort of poignant moment.
No, it's a great song. As I say, I played it last week. I played Annandale the week before
Thanks
as well,
very
which
much.
is a great song as well.
Yes.
And sorry, Gary, we're leaving you out with this one.
No, it's fine. I'm used to it. I'm the Andrew Ridgeley to Gogs of George Michael.
Oh, he's still worth it. He's still a multi-millionaire.
That's true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the one thing I'm not going common with him.
Me neither.
Okay, this is, and your wife is Naomi.
That's right, yes.
So we're going to dedicate that to her. This is that's the way the story goes, and it's brilliant lyrics in this. So
Thank you
if
very
you do
much.
get the chance, folks, do listen to the lyrics. This is Gordon Anthony.
Lady, I just want to tell you how you saved me. Oh, baby, before I met you, I was crazy, hopelessly lost, like a ship without a sail, and I paid the cost. Then one night, just before the bell struck midnight, I saw you and I knew it would be alright. Hand on my heart, 'cause that's the way the story goes. I'll take you back, girl, back to the start. I was born in the West on the 19th of March. When I was 3, I had to walk home alone, in the dark across the city, across the Old Mearns Road. The look of horror on my daddy's face when he opened the door and held me tight in the embrace. And that's the same age as Sonny is now. Can you imagine? Anyhow, when I walk these streets, I hear the echoes of childhood past. It's not for the first time, and it won't be the last. So baby, I just wanna tell you how you saved me. Back before I met you, I was crazy, easily led you the wrong path, the rocks in my head. Then one night, and just before the bell struck midnight, I saw you and I knew it would be alright. Hand on my heart, 'cause that's the way the story goes. Well, let me ask, girl, do you ever wonder if it was destiny or fate brought us together? How I was raised in my humble abode, just a short walk from yours along the Old Kings Road. Look at our legacy, a beautiful family. Of all the kids, I'm as proud as I can be. I swear to know that she was sent by the gods to heal her daddy's heart and guide him back on course. When I walk these streets at night, I hear the echoes of childhood past. It's not for the first time, and it won't be the last. Oh lady, I just wanna tell you how you saved me. Right before I met you, I was crazy, hopelessly lost, like a ship without a sail, and I paid the cost. And one night, just before the bell struck midnight, I saw you and I knew it would be alright. Hand on my heart, 'cause that's the way the story goes. That's the way the story goes. Oh yeah. Oh my baby. I really love you. I really need you now. I just wanna tell you how you saved me. Back before I met you, I was crazy, easily led. I took the wrong path, the rocks in my head. And one night, just before the bell struck midnight, I saw you and I knew it would be alright. Hand on my heart, 'cause that's the way the story goes. That's the way the story goes. That's the way the story goes.
Yeah, there you go. That is one of my guests today. That is Gordon Anthony. That is a song he wrote, played, produced, done everything on that one. And it's all about, well, it's about your wife's story, but it's about your 30 years of your wife. You've dedicated
30 years
to her.
with my better half, Neil, mate.
They're all our better halves.
And my kids and my grandkids. So, yeah, it's just a wee ode to them.
But it is a great song, I must admit. I did play it last week as well, so that just shows you I do like it.
Thanks very much.
Right, what we're going to do, guys, we've got just over 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes. So what, you've got your guitar in with you, which is so precious to you can't leave it in the car.
Yes.
So you're off for rehearsals.
We're off for rehearsal today. So the guys that we rehearsals basically were in Gilchrist, their old band, and they're part of the G-Funk thing. So there's Brian, who plays guitar, Brian Knox, who plays guitar and keyboards, Kenny Donald, who plays bass guitar. They're both great musicians, great guys. And then there's George, plays the drums when he's free, which obviously he's got a lot on his plate at the moment, but he'll be back to join us at some point in the near future. And yeah, we're hoping to just maybe try and record songs with our video camera and stick them on YouTube. Our songs. Yep. That's the plan. So we just started this in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So
where he's rehearsing about?
At Brian's very kindly allowed us to use his living room. He lives in Roslyn Glen, so we're a lovely little part of East Lothian or Mid Lothian, and we're going there.
And again, kind of using technology that we're chatting about, like the horn section and everything like that. We're still kept the horn parts in it, but we'll just use them as samples. So
so playing along to all these samples, keyboards,
stuff,
horns and stuff, and.
But you know what, and I know we discussed this, it would be great to play live.
It would, absolutely.
You know, and that's just a pity we couldn't do a bit more of that. So where can people hear you? Like say YouTube or...
Yeah, so I mean, I've got a YouTube channel. It's under Gogs Anthony. I've got some of my own music and videos there, but obviously some G-Funk videos there, some Gilchrist, their old band videos there. So I think there's, God knows, there must be about 40, 50 videos, I think.
SoundCloud, Amazon, Spotify, iTunes.
So we can catch you all through that.
All of the streaming platforms, all the music's there,
And you've got individual Facebook pages. You've not got a G-Funk page, I don't think.
We have got one, but we need to actually, good shout, we need to kind of update that. We have got one. But
that's why I couldn't find it then.
I don't know.
We need somebody
I've got both of you on Facebook. So
we need some young person to do our social media. Somebody who knows what they're doing with it.
Anybody out there help us, that'd be great.
Yeah, and it's all time as well.
Exactly. But plus, it takes me ages to try and sort things out, and half the time they come out wrong. I tried to do a couple of things last night and ended up, I thought that's wrong, so I deleted them both. I need to get my daughters involved, but they're busy, they've got their own lives.
To be fair though, we actually stuck a video thing up on Instagram and without any help, didn't we? Which was really good. So that's I'm impressed with that. It's good.
But when you're saying it was really good, you're tongue in cheek there or not?
Well, I don't. I've not 4 likes, so that's great. So obviously the band's popularity has increased 100%.
Fantastic.
Find these people.
Who are these people?
So there we go, and we're almost coming to the end of the show, guys. But what I am going to do, because I do like it that much, we're going to do the brand new single just released yesterday.
Thank you, Colin.
The new single is called Let's Have a Good Time, and I think we've had a good time today.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Always have a good time. Come up here with you, Colin.
We've had a bit of a laugh off air.
Mostly
off air.
And again, thank you for all the support the station gives us. It's very much appreciated.
You are welcome anytime. You know that. I mean, I think you were here about a year ago, and I've been trying to get you back for months now because I keep hearing all this new stuff, and now you've got the new stuff. Simple.
There'll be more to come. More new songs. We've got one just about ready to go as well.
Another one. So just got to keep releasing them just because you can.
Absolutely, and if you get them to us, we'll play them anyway. And then, as I say, once you get a few more, we'll get you back in the studio. Great. It'd be great if you do get out live. We can help promote you for that as well.
Yes. We'll work on that.
So if anybody's out there looking for a good band they want to play live, then you are the guys.
Perfect.
But as I say, it's a story I do hear with every guest I get in here, and it's very difficult. And especially with the press and pans, they used to have loads of places.
Oh, totally.
The Goth used to get a lot of live bands. Closed down now, you know.
It's difficult.
Anyway, thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you, Colin.
And what we're going to do, we're going to go out with your new single. And but before I go, thanks for listening. I'm back again on Wednesday between 6 and 8 p.m. and back again next Saturday from 8 to 11. I forgot what time it was there. But anyway, thanks again for listening. Here we go. This is G-Funk. Let's have a good time.
You ever get walking down the street. You got a tune in your head, and you sing it around, yeah. And then you bring in the beat, and then you bring in the beat, So come on in, you come on out. You know you got nothing to hide, 'cause I can't wait to contemplate your more feminine side. Let's drink some wine, just don't whine, yeah, honey, let you feel it shout. Now baby, little conversation, yeah, girl, let's go with the flow. So take my hand, dance to the band, let's rock the night away. You're swaying, sweet thing, yeah, you're coming my way. Side. I'll get goofy, loopy, juicy, yeah, honey, like a roller coaster ride. And I say, hey, I'm feeling great, hey, as a drink, now that's gonna be on. It's revelations across the nation and it's party atmosphere. Oh yeah, yeah. In this party atmosphere now, honey. Ooh, let's have a good time. Let's have a good time, baby. Ooh. Let's have a good time. Yeah, that's what I say. Let's have a good time, baby. Let's have a good time. Yeah, baby, I'll show you the way. Ooh, yeah. Oh, let's have a good time, and that's how people say, yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome back Mr. Frank Jerome Latenstead. It's so cool, so nice, yeah, what a delight. Yeah, you look so hot, girl, under the lights. I can't see my eyes of it, you get in the groove. Cause you hypnotize me with the way you move. I'm spellbound, or I'm hellbound. You got the whole damn club, yeah, jumping around. Girl, bubble it up.